Good evening, Lisa.
Good evening, Andrew.
Doctor Who, episode 9.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe we're at episode 9 already. Where did it go to?
Doctor Who and the Killer Sheep.
Killer Sheep, yes.
Apparently.
The Woolly Rebellion. I went to see the Woolly Rebellion. I went there to be a cigar-smoking sheep, planning it all with a beret. Like Che Guevara.
Okay.
But a sheep.
Right. But we're not talking about that.
No.
We're talking about, what's it called?
It Takes You Away.
Coming to take me away. Ha ha. Hee hee hoo hoo. That's the song.
Yeah, no more singing.
What did you make of that then?
It's interesting.
Different
yes,
is the word.
Yes. It's amazing how different every episode this series has been from the one before.
But another writer whose name I don't really recognise.
No.
Ed Heim?
Heim.
Do you know anything about
I
Heim?
don't. And I'm apologies, Ed Heim, if you're by any miraculous chance watching this.
Probably not.
Yes.
Better things to do.
Yes. Well, I said to you, because we were watching it, and it got to the bit in the anti-zone, and ribbons.
Ribbons.
Yeah. And I'm going, I know that voice. I recognise that voice. And I had to look in the Radio Times, and I'm going, oh God, it's the actor Kevin Eldon.
The King of Hobbies.
The King of Hobbies. But it says him in the radio, in Doctor Who magazine, so I read the preview and then completely forgotten about it. So,
was he recognisable?
I think he was.
I think he was.
Once you knew who he was. I did see him described as being unrecognisable, but I think you could tell it was him. And he was doing his best posh actory voice as well.
Right.
He didn't
proper acting.
Proper acting. He didn't do a sort of because he's quite reminiscent in some ways of Gollum, isn't he, from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. But he didn't do a sort of Gollum-y voice.
No.
Maybe they said to him, "Don't do a Gollum-y voice because we'll get sued by Peter Jackson."
But yeah, I have to give them points for being really weird this episode, and I have no objection to weird at all.
Yes.
So we have to talk about the frog on the chair.
The frog on the chair, yes. I've seen
not the fog on the
time. Not the fog on the time. I've seen various reactions to this. Some people who quite liked it. I quite liked it. It was quite a sweet little frog.
You were quite sad for it.
I was quite sad. It was all lonely. It sort of waves. It shoots the Doctor out, but it looks like it's waving. And then it sort of puts its head down like it's really sad.
Did you have to cuddle Martha then?
No, but Martha could go be his friend. She would try and kill it, but still. And yeah, I know a lot of people were actually disappointed because the shot is when the Doctor's backing away and she blows a kiss to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had assumed that was going to be somebody she knew a lot better than a frog that is actually a universe that used to be Grace.
Yeah.
So they were a bit disappointed that it wasn't Susan or River or anything.
Okay.
But I think that probably shows a lack of.
But people always think it's going to be Susan, or
River, or
or the Rani or something.
Yeah,
it's going to be the Rani for several years, isn't it? But but yeah, just very, very weird. And not a problem for me.
No, I quite enjoyed it. Yeah, perhaps not as much as last week's episode.
I think for me, I didn't. First time round, I didn't really know what to make of it. The second time round, it made a bit more sense.
Yes.
And you've got the whole Grace stuff, and as you say, this is an episode more about sort of loss and loneliness,
loss, love, and loneliness.
Yeah.
And the actual title, when you think about it, "It Takes You Away," it's referring in some ways to Hannah's dad, Eric.
Yeah. Because
his grief has taken him away from her even before he goes to the mirror universe and finds a copy of his wife.
Yeah.
And that's what it's talking about, how grief takes you away from your life, I suppose, and other people you love.
But you said the mirror universe.
Yes. Not like the Star Trek mirror universe. Nobody's got a beard.
They didn't make too much of it, actually.
No, and I must admit, I didn't notice this in the first few weeks.
Because the Doctor's hair parting is the other way around.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming that this was simply done in the edit, and the whole thing was filmed normally, and then just the pictures reversed in the edit.
Or they just put a hair on the other side.
It's easier to reverse it in the edit, isn't it?
Okay.
Because when we were going to film this, yesterday we did the Dark Shadows one, and we filmed it in black and white. I did look on the camera to see if there was a mirror image button, and there isn't.
Right.
And then briefly, I sort of leaned over the back of the sofa just now. I went to see if I could lift up the big mirror that's behind the sofa and see if I could arrange it so we could shoot this in the mirror.
Okay.
But it was far too much effort and it's too heavy.
It's very heavy.
Yeah,
it's not on the
there's
ball
nothing
anymore.
to lean it against.
No.
But you know, Doctor Who's toyed with mirrors before. You've got all the stuff in Warrior's Gate.
Yes.
But I found you that episode of Vision On.
You did
some time ago. Time where. In the Vision On studio, there's a couple of double doors with the sort of Vision On sort of grasshopper logo, and you open it, it's a mirror, and you can walk into the mirror, into a sort of mirror universe, and Sylvester McCoy's riding a horse as a knight. But in their mirror universe, everything goes backwards.
All right, okay.
It's not just flipped, it's actually... He rides the horse back. It's just a load of backwards film stuff.
I did see somebody say that they should have probably been talking backwards, but then that would have been too difficult to do.
In what?
In the mirror universe, when they go through the mirror, they should be talking backwards.
In what?
In Doctor Who.
No, because not at all. Yeah. It's not time that's.
No, it's just.
It's nothing to do. Now, this is actually what I wanted to say, because in a mirror universe, all that happens is the symmetry of all the atoms is the other way around. That's all it is. It doesn't mean that time runs backwards.
No.
Because there's an H.G. Wells story, the Platner story, and it's about a bloke who he has some sort of accident, some sort of chemistry accident or something like that, and he sort of disappears. And then when he comes back, his entire body is mirror imaged, so his heart's on the other side, and stuff like that. It does present a slight problem if he is mirror imaged at the molecular level, because there's certain biochemistry sort of reactions that go on when you try to digest food and things like that, which only happen one way around. There's types of molecules which, if you take their mirror image, the reaction doesn't work. So. But in this universe, in the Doctor Who thing, because everybody's mirrored, you assume that in the mirror image, in the mirror universe, all the food is the other way around, so it's not really a problem.
No.
But if you were mirror imaged in our universe, and you were the only thing, it would be a problem.
So even if the representations of Trina and Grace could have gone through the mirror, they wouldn't have worked.
I assume that they'd have been flipped back the other way.
Right.
Because it's like in Alice Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah.
They've got the clock up against the mirror, and in our universe you look at the clock, then if you go in the other universe, the clock's the other way round, isn't it? That's why you've got, you've got a mirror image clock, haven't you?
Yeah, which sadly no longer works.
Yeah. So it's quite fun, but it's one of those sort of theoretical things that I mean, I'm not up on my nuclear physics these days, but I think I have read years ago about if such a thing existed, it would make there's certain problems in sort of nuclear chemistry to do with symmetry of atoms and things like that, and if there was a mirror image universe, it would make the maths easier or something like that. It's not to say necessarily that there is, but it's just a very good way of sort of solving some problems, I think. I say I don't know a lot about it these days. It's a long time since I read any of the latest sort of thinking on that. But yeah, the whole sort of mirror image thing is quite nice, and it's a nice. And again, they don't really make much use of it, because I assumed that. What's the one with the 2D monsters, the Capaldi one?
Oh, Flatline.
Flatline. I wondered whether Flatline was going to do more with that, because, and it's in Carl Sagan's Cosmos where they talk about Flatland.
Yes,
and you've got 2D creatures, and a house would just be 4 lines with a little door that opened, and a 3D creature could come in and pick up a 2D creature, flip it over and put it back down again, and it would be mirror imaged in the 2D universe.
Okay.
Because if it was left-handed, if you turned it upside down and put it back down again, it would then be right-handed.
Okay.
So it's all this weird stuff to do with higher dimensions and things like that. So if you applied that on a 4D level, a 4-dimensional creature could pick us up and turn us inside out.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. It's very, very scary, some of the things you can do. But in this, it was just a universe.
Yes.
But yeah,
well, it was a consciousness, wasn't it? It was a consciousness that couldn't live in our universe, so was banned to another plane, which became its world.
But I mean, yeah, people have sort of said, "Oh, it's a bit sort of like Kermit the Frog, or even Robin," you know,
halfway up the stairs.
Yeah. But it's that thing that a consciousness that can take on any form. So I think somebody said about Kronos.
Yes.
In the Time Monster, some of the time Kronos is like a flappy bloke on a string.
Yeah.
From the ceiling,
yes.
And sometimes Kronos is a great big girl's face in the sky.
Yeah.
So, you know, why can't you look like a frog? And it did actually make me think of Pertwee in, is it Frontier in Space, where he says he'd gone off to see a purple horse with a pink horse with purple spots or something like that, because they were all in the Galactic Peace Conference or something. So yeah, I don't mind.
I don't mind. I mean, there is a picture.
Strange creatures.
There's a picture I saw on Twitter yesterday that somebody put up of Jodie and some other people with this big monstery thing, which I don't know even if they'd. It looked a bit actually like the creature that follows Peter Capaldi through the stuff in Heaven Sent, the sort of veil thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, why didn't they use this instead? Because this would be a much better thing than a frog. But the whole idea is that it's not threatening a frog. It's just
it's not up to
lonely.
No good.
It's just lonely. It wants companionship, as do we all.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, that's all it is. So appearing as a little frog makes it somehow, I think it maybe in its sort of consciousness, it thinks it makes it more appealing if there's something called cute and small. So,
when was the last time you met a frog?
A frog? I don't think I've ever met a frog.
You know.
We used to get frogs in the garden, and the dog would try and bring them in and foam at the mouth because frogs have this thing in their skin that they produce foam.
Right.
So to make creatures that try and eat them drop them, basically. Because somebody that I used to work with, his cat used to try and eat frogs, and it would foam at the mouth. And it's not a bad thing.
It never learned from it.
No, it never learned from it. It would always try and catch the frogs in the pond.
Silly creatures.
But yeah.
So there we are. There's 9 episodes down, and only 1 to go.
1 to go. And hopefully, please say the title of next week's episode.
Oh, you don't know to say
in the episode?
Yeah.
Because it looks terribly complicated.
Okay. Anything else? What did you score this one on your survey?
I scored this one 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Right.
I enjoyed it,
but
I didn't enjoy it quite as much as last week's episode because I enjoyed last week's episode.
How did you describe the frog? Did you have to describe the frog?
I didn't have to describe the frog.
What did you have to describe?
I had to describe. I can't remember now. Gosh, it's like
it was only yesterday.
I know, but I've done it and forgotten it. Characters. Or ribbons. I describe ribbons.
What did you describe
ribbons as? I can't remember. It wasn't good anyway.
Forgot.
Yeah.
Right.
Creepy, I think.
Okay.
Creepy and the actor Kevin Eldon.
The actor Kevin Eldon. Describe ribbons. The actor Kevin Eldon. That's going to be a sort of niche joke for anybody reading that. Yeah. But okay, there we are.
Yeah.
That's another one done.
Yes.
And what are we going to do next then? Dark Shadows, another episode?
Yes.
Just got time,
haven't we? Well, yes, once you've uploaded this. So.
Okay. We'll say good night then.
Mm-hmm.
Bye-bye.
Bye.